What's up, everyone? Aaron Schatz here, Editor-in-Chief of ASE Publishing, and today we've got the review of the MOTA JETJAT Nano-C little tiny wireless camera drone. Wireless, of course, because it's flying around. This is review ID 54276. You can check out this and all our reviews by going to www.aselabs.com. However, I want to save you trouble. There's an annotation right here that says subscribe. You hit that, you'll be informed of all our video content, which is all that we post nowadays. In addition, we're running a contest right now. If you're subscribed to this channel, click this annotation right here. You'll be taken to the contest details. All you have to do is subscribe, and you're in. You can win a free pair of premium headphones. It's really that easy. Just subscribe, and you're in. Let's get into this. If you haven't seen the unboxing, I'm going to post the link right here. However, as I do with most things, I'm going to save you the trouble. You get the controller, camera drone, charging USB cable. It's proprietary, by the way. You get a micro SD card reader, which is actually really nice. You get a micro SD card, which says it's 2 gigs. More on that later. You get an owner's manual, spare set of rotors. So there's 2 sets of rotors. There's like an A and B rotor. You get 2 of each. And that's basically it. Now you don't have to see the unboxing. I mentioned that the SD card was theoretically 2 gigs. It's actually 4 gigs. They actually mislabeled this, or they just don't make 2 gig cards anymore, but you actually get a 4 gig SD card. So that's a little nice upgrade. You get a 4 gig SD card with this. Let's take a look at the controller now. So basically, if you're familiar with any kind of RC type of flying things like helicopters or whatever, this is going to feel very familiar to you. Now obviously it's a smaller thing, but the throttle is the kind of throttle that just stays in place. So it's not the kind of stuff, if you saw the review of the Chroma drone that I reviewed in the past, that throttle basically stayed center, and then wherever it was, it would just hover. And then to go up, you would push up, to go down, you would push down. This throttle controls how much thrust is actually pushing down at all times. So it's a little more difficult to hover this type of drone, but if you're used to flying like regular RC stuff, this is exactly the same type of principle. There's an accelerometer in here, and I believe a gyroscope that actually levels itself. And there's a trim right here for the actual forward and back. So if it's drifting forward, you just push the trim back, and it'll just, enough so it'll actually stay level flight. The accelerometer, you can calibrate, but I didn't need to. It's pretty easy to calibrate. It's right in the manual, which I suggest you read because there's a lot of useful functions of this remote, which we'll go into right now. Like I said, that this is like a regular RC throttle, stays where it is all the time. This also controls the rotation of the actual camera drone itself, so it rotates it this way and this way. I'll show you this flying in a little bit. So that's the left and right of this. So you got throttle and then rotation. On the other side, you have basically tilt. So you can tilt forward, tilt back, tilt forward, tilt back, tilt to the left, tilt to the right. You get the idea. It's tilting, it's not rotating. This side is rotation. And just remember, this type of drone, it has a forward direction. So if the forward is facing you and you go forward, it's going to come to you. So just be mindful of that. This kind of little camera drone gets you used to flying real RC stuff. Controls are exactly the same. That's really nice. It's a really good learning tool. And it's good because I've crashed this a whole bunch of times and it hasn't broken yet. So there you go. This button, these 2 buttons right here control when you actually take a picture or start and stop the video. And we'll go more into that in a little bit. Batteries go in the back. They're 2 AA's. They're not included, so supply your own. The actual drone itself does not charge by the remote. I know a lot of products like this charge by the remote. This does not. I actually like that. It charges with any USB connection. This end is proprietary, so don't lose this cable. We'll actually show you what happens when you're charging this in a little bit. One more bit about the controller. These joysticks are actually buttons themselves, so you can actually push them in. The joystick on the left, the throttle joystick, if you push that in, and it controls the sensitivity. So there's 3 settings, and it'll actually give you an audible beep based on the setting. If it's 1 beep, meaning like if I push to the left, it'll gradually go over 2, it'll go faster, and then on the 3rd one, it'll go real fast. It'll just go real nuts. So if you like to do a lot of like twitchy movements and stuff, you can put it on 3, and then it'll just follow your movements. This button right here controls aerial flip mode. So it's a special mode with this actual camera drone. Basically, you just got to keep it above the ground a little bit, and then you push this in and it'll beep, and then any direction you push it in, it'll do an aerial flip for you, and then it immediately takes it out of that mode. It's a one-time only thing, but I'll show you in a little bit, but basically, if you're not really careful, it'll just descend real fast after, so just be mindful when you're doing that. But that's the two additional things that this controller has. Oh, and the on and off switch is below right here. Moving on to the little camera drone itself, you can see how small it is, and it's really remarkable how much technology has progressed, you know, even since a couple of years ago, that basically this thing exists because we have the bigger ones, and it's the same type of technology. Now, obviously, there's no GPS in it, but it does have an accelerometer. It can, you know, right itself and all that good stuff, so that's pretty cool. It's got two types of rotors on there, an A and B rotor, and they easily come off. Just gotta get it. They're pretty on there though. There you go. And it's just a pin. They just pop this right back in there. That's it. Of course, I probably bent it a little bit, but that's okay. They're flexible rotors, so they're no problem. This is the front of the unit. The camera's located in the front of the unit. Obviously, that would be pretty dumb if it wasn't. The on and off switch in the recording is to the right of the unit. The SD card pretty much goes in upside down, so if it's level like this, you put the SD card upside down, and then you'll hear the click as it pops in there, and that's basically it. And now I'm going to show you what actually happens when you turn it on. When you first start this up, every time, you turn on the controller first, and you'll see that the light is on the controller. Now you turn the drone on, put it on a level surface, it'll beep twice. Now it's ready to be paired, basically. And to do that, you push up on the throttle, down on the throttle, and you can hear it beeping at you, telling you that it's working. After you've done that pre-flight thing, now it's ready to go. So if it's ready to go right now. Real quick, you can see that the forward lights are blue, the rear lights are red. So that's how you can keep orientation. The blue lights are forward, rear lights are red. To take a picture, if I'm holding this now to take a picture, there is a blue LED right here. If I click this, you should see this blink, and that's taking a picture. Now, if I select the camera to record, the video record, you'll see that it starts to blink, meaning that I'm recording this right now. And what I'll do is I'll superimpose this. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of this, hopefully without crashing it. But so it's pretty easy. Come on up. It's a toy. You gotta. That's the good part about having a toy. So now I'm going to show you an aerial flip. If I can do this without crashing, let's see. Hold on, gotta get it a little closer there. Close to the camera. Here we go. Here's an aerial flip. There you go. That was an aerial flip. I'll show you another one. And one. Here he goes. There you go. Watch, it was out of the camera. That's okay. But you get the idea. So, and I've been recording this whole time, so I'll show you what the camera looks like. Now, the camera quality is not great, but we'll go into that in a little bit. You know what this is great for? Annoying your pets. It definitely is. And you know what? Stuff like this can really take a beating, and it really teaches kids how to fly drones and RC stuff. So that kind of stuff is really cool and really nice. If you don't want to use this as a camera drone, you could just fly it around, annoy your pets, do whatever you want. Just don't hit them, because ow! It hurts. Like it doesn't cut your hands, but that actually hurt a lot. So don't get hit with it, because it's not like it hurts. I'll just say that. Now that I've gotten hit with the actual rotors to demonstrate how much it hurts, which it does hurt, it doesn't break skin. It doesn't break skin, but it hurts. So just be mindful of that. You don't want it to come to your face and stuff. So if it does, just cut the throttle. Just remember, if this is in the air and it's coming towards you and you're afraid, don't leave the throttle up. Just cut the throttle. It'll drop out of the air. It'll probably be fine. Now, let's see how loud this is. And even though I just showed it to you, but here, I'll just hold this now and I'll just show you. It's pretty loud. Whoops. It wasn't going up, so got to reset this. It's a safety feature of these kind of things, which I actually like. So put that on there. Now, it's pretty loud. Let me see if I can get it closer to the camera so you can hear it. Oh. Oh. And that's an example of it crashing, which we'll reset in 1 second. No worse for wear though. I mean, that's a good thing about having toys. You basically just continue flying. And if you did break a rotor, remember, you could just replace it, no problem. It lasts for a pretty long time, a few minutes. Like I would say 5-6 minutes, depending on if you're actually recording video, depending on how much like hovering you're doing, how much movement you're doing. The recharging time doesn't take nearly as long as they say. It usually recharges within like 10-15 minutes or so of plugging into a computer. So I'm going to turn this off right now so I don't hurt myself again. So yeah, I mean, it's a toy. What more do you want me to say? It's fun for the whole family. Just remember though, the rotors are dangerous if they're on, so just don't get hit with it. Even though it's a camera drone, don't get me wrong, you're not going to be taking really quality stills with this. The resolution of this is not good, the quality of the optics is not good, but it's fun. It's a fun little device, and it's not that expensive, and it really gets the kids involved into this whole drone mentality thing, like flying around, being able to take pictures, being able to take videos and stuff, and that's really the goal of this thing. It's not meant to be, it's a novelty. Let's just say that, it's a novelty. It's not, I'm not going to compare this to the Chroma 4K I have. There's no way. That obviously is built for aerial photography. This is not. This is built for aerial fun-ography, if that's the word I just made up. There you go. The included microSD card reader works fine. Plug it in, plug the microSD card in there. It works just like how you expect a microSD card reader to work. Video files are AVI, pictures are JPEGs, and you can transfer them, you can copy them, you can do whatever you want with them. It's basically just like, once you take this out, it's like a camera card. There's nothing special to it at all. So yeah, it works fine, works the way it's intended, and that's really good when you're actually buying a product. Here's what this looks like when you actually plug this into charge. So I'm going to plug this into the little Mobilite Wireless G3 I've got, and you can see that the charging is actually, the indicators on the actual plug itself. So it's not on the drone itself, it's on the plug. And once that turns off, I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in a little bit. No, let's go. So if you can see the plug is lit with a red LED. And once that turns off, it means it's all fully charged. And that's basically the charging cable. And just remember that it's proprietary. So if you lose it, you're kind of humped. The MOTA JETJAT Nano-C retails for about $50 at the time of this review. You can check out links in the description below to purchase this product from like Amazon right now. When you actually go to Amazon and purchase this product, you can actually search for nano drone, nano camera drone, and you'll find a whole bunch of knockoffs of this. Now, I'm not sure if they're a knockoff, because if you look, they look exactly the same, which tells me that they're probably sourced from China, they're all the same, and they just rebrand them. And that's very common. However, those off-brand ones are half the price. Now here's the thing. Because these are like mass manufactured like everything else, you really want to be sure that you're going to get a quality warranty with it. Now the first one I actually received, the camera just stopped working. It worked once and then stopped working. MOTA just sent another one, no problem. That's the kind of stuff that you have to be careful about when you order this. So you could take a chance and buy one for half the price, or you could take a chance at a better company and know that you're going to have a warranty that actually covers everything. So MOTA was at CES. That means they're a pretty reputable company to actually have a booth there. If you buy it from them, they're going to support it, and that's what's important. However, even though you could buy two of them at the knockoff price and then take your chances, I mean, it's really up to you. If you don't have a lot of money to spend, I'm not going to tell you you should buy this $50 one. Really. Buy the $25 one and take your chances. Worst thing that can happen is it doesn't work. You can probably contact Amazon and they'll fix it for you. The only real difference between this and the other knockoffs is the packaging, the owner's manual, and stuff like that. The controller, all the colors and stuff are obviously different and stuff, but you still get this. The controller is exactly the same. This thing is exactly the same. This thing is exactly the same. MOTA needs to do a better job of like branding this to themselves, or basically just saying, hey factory, don't make this for anybody else, because you know, if they're going to undercut them, I mean, it's not good in the market. Now obviously MOTA is a better brand than them, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you buy this from MOTA, you're not going to have a problem if there's a problem with this thing. So if you need to use a warranty service on it, you should buy from a reputable company like MOTA. ASE Publishing would like to thank MOTA for sending the JETJAT Nano-C for a review. You can check out links below in the description to purchase this product from Amazon right now. For ASE Labs and ASE Publishing, I'm Aaron Schatz, and thank you for watching. Remember, hit the subscribe button. You'll be entered into a contest that we've got running right now until April 25th. Also, if you hit the subscribe button, you'll be informed of all the video content as we post them. It's a really win-win situation here. I get to talk to you, you can send me feedback and stuff. It'll be like this great big community that we're creating, and that's what's important, right? Contest details I'm going to put right here. So click that, you'll be informed of the contest. However, I'm going to save you trouble. Hit the subscribe button right here. You get a chance to win those premium headsets that we reviewed in the past. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.